What if I told you that the UK could end up sending illegal migrants to Rwanda? Sounds crazy, right? But that's one of the options that the UK government is considering to deal with the small boat crossings in the English Channel. In this video, we'll explore why the UK needs a deal with the EU on immigration and free movement, and what are the consequences of ending it. The UK left the EU in 2020 and has been trying to negotiate a new relationship with its former partners. One of the biggest challenges is how to deal with illegal migration, especially the small boat crossings in the English Channel. Here are some of the facts. The UK government wants to stop these crossings by increasing patrols, paying France to prevent departures, and making it a crime to enter the UK without permission. The government also wants to send back those who arrive illegally to either Rwanda or another, safe, third country, where they would have their asylum claims processed. However, this plan faces many legal and practical problems, as the UK has no return agreements with any EU country and could violate its human rights obligations. The EU rejected the UK's proposal for a post-Brexit replacement of the Dublin Arrangement, which allowed the UK to send back asylum seekers to the first EU country they entered. The UK also risks losing its security cooperation with the EU on sharing DNA, fingerprinting, and criminal records if it breaches the European Convention on Human Rights. One of the alternative solutions that the UK government came up with is to house some asylum seekers on a residential barge called Bibi Stockholm, moored in Dorset. However, this plan has also been criticised as inhumane, unsafe, and unlawful. Here are some of the reasons why. The barge was meant to accommodate up to 500 asylum seekers who arrived in the UK by crossing the English Channel in small boats. However, less than a week after the first group of 39 people moved in, they had to be evacuated due to the discovery of Legionella bacteria in the water supply, which can cause a deadly type of pneumonia. The barge is unsuitable for living, as it has poor ventilation, limited facilities, and no privacy. It also violates the UK's obligations under international and domestic law to respect the dignity and rights of refugees and asylum seekers. So, will the UK need a deal with the EU on immigration and free movement, as to be able to return every illegal channel crossing and deal with the small boat issue? The answer is not clear-cut, as there are many factors and interests involved. The UK wants to control its borders, but also keep good ties with the EU. The UK has to respect the rights of refugees, but also the wishes of its citizens. How can the UK find a fair and effective solution? Some say the UK should make a deal with the EU or some of its members to cooperate on returns and preventions. Others say the UK should offer more safe and legal ways for refugees to come, to avoid risky and illegal journeys. What do you think? Should the UK work with the EU on immigration, or send illegal migrants to Rwanda or elsewhere? Share your thoughts in the comments below. To sum up, the UK faces a complex and sensitive challenge with its post-Brexit immigration policy. The UK needs to balance its sovereignty and its obligations, its interests and its values, its friends and its foes. The UK needs to be clear and honest with its people and its partners about what it wants and what it can do. And most importantly, the UK needs to remember that every migrant is a human being who deserves dignity and respect.